actually, we haven't been away for that long because in season 5 we ended up doing 10 episodes instead of the regular 8. So we took a month off. I went with some friends to a cottage in North Kawartha. Hi, North Kawartha. I love you. You're a fantastic area. And I hear Kat and Boyd had a very busy summer, and we're back and ready to roll. Welcome, everyone. Give yourself a big round of applause. Yeah. Hope you're all doing fantastic and you had a grand summer as well. We are coming to you from Berkeley Bicycle Club in Toronto, where we're almost ready to wrap up our residency here. We're moving to a really iconic community space, Buddies in Bad Times Theater. You all know it. For those who don't know the space, it is one of the most well-known and respected theater spaces in really the whole world for the queer community. So I'll tell you more about Buddies when we get there. But before we leave, I want to hugely thank Berkeley Bicycle Club, who's been our home for the last couple of years. They've been so kind to us, so supportive, so incredible. And let's give them some love. Yeah. And actually we've got Jonathan here. Stand up, Jonathan, and give us a little final bow.
Cheers.
Thank you for all your help. Thank you. Make sure to support them, everyone. If you ever need a venue for your event, they are fabulous people. And a lot of our audience and guests have took the tour of this stunning mansion. So, and everybody really loves it. Speaking of support, just a general reminder, when we see somebody or a business advertising, supporting us, donating space, hosting our events, we should support them back. It's the best way that we can show our appreciation for those who help us. This is the premiere episode of season 6.
Yay!
And I can't believe we made it this far, but thank you for the love. You really helped. Our fans have helped keep us going. We've got a lot of amazing plans for expansions, a new home, some hot off the chart guests for this season. So keep hanging with us because we're gonna take you into some very new, fantastic places. Kat Grant is on the set of feature film Salty Watermelons. Sounds yummy. And she's going to be chatting with the cast there. And our own Boyd Kodak will be visiting with amazing drag artist, Pretty Riikkii. So it's going to be a great episode. But also I'm very excited about this episode because something very special and very iconic is going to happen on this show. And I'll tell you more about that shortly. This is why it's going to be cool. We're going to be talking about The Great Imposters. And The Great Imposters is one of those legend drag troupes in our history, in our community. If you haven't heard of them, read about them, search online. We wouldn't have the drag that we have now in Canada if we didn't have those pioneers who led the way in a time when it was very, very hard to do what they've done back then. Just as exciting, I have our main guest is the one and only, a drag legend herself, Divinesque.
Thank you for having me.
She's going to be telling us all about The Great Imposters, her life, her art, and her history, and a lot of amazing things. Welcome to the couch. I've been wanting to have you on here for a long time.
Well, I mean, 6 years, better late than never.
So let's begin with you giving us a bit of history rundown of The Great Imposters. What do you know about them?
What I know about The Great Imposters, first and foremost, is that my drag mother, Michelle DuBarry, was one of the founding members. And the troupe goes back to the 70s, and I venture to say, arguably, it is probably the oldest drag brand in Canada, if not probably one of the oldest drag brands in North America. Yeah. And they were bringing cabaret and a little bit of Vegas and a little bit of body humor and some glamour and a lot of fun to the outlying regions, primarily of Ontario and Canada.
So not just in Toronto.
Oh, heavens no. Toronto was the last place the Great Imposters would play. Okay. The Great Imposters were interested in taking their art to the outlying areas where people wanted some kind of entertainment like that, but couldn't get into the city.
That's wonderful. Mm-hmm. And courageous.
Courageous, yes. I would say they were inadvertent activists,
Nice.
if that makes sense.
That does.
Inadvertent activists.
To do drag back then was activism.
Well, it was subversive.
Yeah.
It was subversive. It was colorful. It was, eyebrow raising. And I mean, it was very different then than it is now. Actually, I kind of wish drag today still had that feel about it.
There's new people doing new exciting
Yes.
things. But yes, you led the way, and we are really appreciative for that.
Well, it was fun.
Let's talk about there's a new generation of the Great Imposters.
Yes.
That's what we were talking about.
What I'm trying to do with the Great Imposters new generation is because I was a great imposter. I
You
was
were part of the show.
Oh yes, of course I was. Yes, I was trained and groomed by Michelle after Michelle left the Great Imposters.
Okay.
And then I worked under Rusty Ryan, who was the other founder of the Great Imposters with Michelle DuBarry.
Okay.
So I worked under Rusty, Danny, Jackie, and Leslie O'Shea, and Fancy, and I learned about cabaret drag art from them. And it was a different kind of drag than is going around now. And I think
wanna
it's
bring that
time to try and maybe take a look back, because unless you take a look back, how can you possibly know where you're going to go?
We're going to do something a little unique and very special on TV. We're going to drag legend and royalty. The originator of the Great Imposters, Michelle DuBarry, is in the audience. And we're going to invite Michelle to come up and basically pass the torch, the baton, to the new generation.
Well, that would be nice. That's my mama.
That's your mom.
That's my mama.
So, Michelle, come join us.
Yes, kiss the ring.
Kiss the ring.
It's a holy relic.
Are you going to pass that on to Divinesque?
May I give it to you?
Of course you may.
Okay. Can I get it off? No. Oh.
Can you get it off?
Thank
Here,
you.
let's find a finger for it.
Oh. Maybe that one?
That one. That works beautifully.
I guess my turn now to kiss that.
Is it in? Is it in?
Oh.
I mean, on. I mean.
Here, I'll kiss the ring.
There you go, Antoine. Thank you, darling. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you both for showing us how community is and all generation and new generation together. So we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna check in with Cat Grant, and we're gonna be right back. So don't go anywhere. All right.
Thank you, Mama.
Hey everyone, it's Kat Grant here. I'm in Tweed at the Beach Hollow Resort with the cast of Salty Watermelons, the movie. They're going to introduce yourselves and then we'll tell you what the movie's about. Check it out.
Hi there, my name is Catherine Daupichette. I'm a francophone Montreal actor, and you can follow me on Cat is Out There for my following projects. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Krista Barzo. You can follow me on my website at kristabarzo.com and Instagram at kristabarzo, and you can find out more about my latest short film project that was completely 100% crewed by women at DNA Movie on Instagram.
Hi, I'm Angela Vanderwall. You can find me on Instagram at Angela G. Vanderwall.
Hi, I'm Cassidy Siviero. I'm a sex-positive bisexual actor and screenwriter. My first screenplay, I'm in Love with All My Friends, was distributed by the Fearless app. It's an LGBTQ streaming app. Check it out. You can find me at facebook.com/CassSivi to follow me on my journey through this life.
Hi, I'm Nancy Lowe. I am the executive producer and actress at Salty Watermelons. You can find me on LinkedIn. I have a couple of children's shows I'd like to get out there, so anybody interested, let me know.
Hi, I'm Cindy Choi, producer, makeup artist, software engineer, knitter extraordinaire. You can follow me on Instagram at Cinderbug78.
Hey guys, I'm Ed Robinson. You can find me in downtown Toronto. Come to the TR Lounge, we'll hang out.
Hi guys, I'm Michael Juga, and I'm an actor, and you can follow me on Instagram at Mikey Juga, same thing with my Twitter.
What's up guys, Michael Mazurkovich, actor.michael on Instagram, Michael Mazurkovich on Facebook, very open to new friends on Facebook as well, and I keep things relatively fresh.
Hi, I'm Will Primrose, the mad genius and creator, writer, and producer of Salty Watermelons. I can be found at saltywatermelonsmovie@gmail.com.
Kevin Jacob, man. Can be found at Act Like a Monster at Instagram and Kevin Jacob Monster on Facebook. Peace, man.
Hi guys, I'm Paul Arcos from Barrie, Ontario. You guys can find me on Facebook, and I'm play Jack Shellac, Divinesque, the all-world nerd.
Hi, my name's Savon Masters Johnson, and you could find me on Instagram at SMJ Flames, and also my new one, Lucid Nexus, standing for Lucid Nexus Productions. And you can also find me on Facebook as well. I do camera and DOP, and I hope to see you soon someday.
So now I'm sitting with Angela, who is actually not just an actress in this, but is directing. So, Angela, please tell everybody what the movie's about.
Yes, Salty Watermelons is a screwball comedy. It's a quintessential Canadian story. It's set on an island in Nova Scotia that the world has totally forgotten. It's a story of the people that live there, their shenanigans, their quest for independence, understanding, love, magnificence, and the lengths that they'll go to achieve those things. So we think it's going to be a pretty funny movie.
Great. How long do you think it'll be before it comes out?
We are hoping to have it done for early spring.
2020.
2020 already.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it. It was fun taking part. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. Thank you for being.
So you can find out more also at #SaltyWatermelonsTheMovie. All right, check it out. We'll see you soon.
Wow, we're back, everyone. Yay.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Hi, cheers.
Thank you. That was something, eh?
Well, yeah, my mama is a legend and was a...
I love her.
I love Mama too. You know, Russell Aldred is my mama's boy name.
The real name.
Has been my father.
Yeah.
Michelle has been my mother, has given me home, has given me rides, has given me clothing, has given me money, has given me meals, has been a true parent.
You know, and really a true fantastic person. I was watching recently some old footage of you performing at Club Kobe's.
Oh my
Which is a
gosh.
legend of a club back in our history.
Long
I'm
time
not going to say
ago.
how long ago, no, don't age either of us. But you were doing the amazing Anne Murray.
Anne Murray, yes.
And brilliantly, I might add.
Thank you.
Over the years, who else have you done?
Well, Anne Murray was my closest lookalike. I also did Carol Channing. I did Charo. Yeah.
Wow.
And I did Ethel Merman. And I did some of Lily Tomlin's characters as well. Anything that was kind of light and uplifting and funny. But Anne, I always took very seriously. My impersonation of Anne, I always took very seriously. Because I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Anne Murray's music. I love her work. I love what she did for the Canadian music industry.
Yeah, she's a good person. Yeah, have you met Anne?
I've met Anne, yes.
awesome.
She said, "Aren't you a bit big to be doing me?"
But so now that begs the question: why did you get into drag?
I got into drag because I came to Toronto thinking I was going to be a musical theater star.
Okay, so you wanted to be an entertainer.
I wanted to be a musical theater star, but there was no musical theater. Everything was very dark and gloomy at that time. I mean, musical theater didn't hit Toronto until the late 80s and early 90s and all these big musical productions. So
you made your own journey.
I made my own. Well, I met Michelle. At the Homo Hop at U of T. And she walked in and I went, oh my God, I want to be her. And here I am. Well, I'm not her, but.
You are Brian Greenwood.
I am.
What makes your creation Divinesque unique?
Divinesque is inspired and informed by Divine.
Yeah.
But what makes it unique is that as a record producer and recording artist, I was able to address Divine's musical catalog, update it, give it a new musical sound, and readdress it. And I brought it out. And do you know, Antoine, so many of the young people thought that it was all new and original music they'd never heard before.
Are you kidding?
You know, I bought it.
Go for it. Tell them that it is. Yeah.
But no, I was always very careful to give credit to Divine and Bobby Orlando, who wrote the
I
music.
can see you being very respectful of
Yes,
those who did the work.
yes.
And other than Kobe's, you also performed in some of the most iconic spaces. Run them by us.
Well, I started at the Manatee, April the 18th, 1981. at 2 o'clock in the morning. So it was really the 19th. Also Katrina's, Colby's, Tracks, Bar 1. I did really well at Chaps and Badlands. Occasionally I was at Boots. And then the culmination, I would say the culmination of my career was when I was working for Evening at Lacage Dinner Theatre, which was in the late 80s and early 90s. Yes. Now, back in the day, the late 80s and early 90s, the girls who worked at Lacage were like the RuPaul girls are today. We were the queens of the queens
I know.
at that time. Yes. And it certainly is a time I look back on with a lot of very fond memories and actually a lot of respect also for the people I worked with.
Beautiful. For anybody who's from the younger generation in our community, if you haven't heard of those clubs, look them up. They really are iconic in what got us to where we are today. Drag becomes a family. Is that accurate or not?
Well, I have to say that backstage with the Great Imposters, we were very much a family. Yeah. And backstage at Lacage also, we were very much a family.
Do you see this prevalent today as it was in the past?
No. No. I find there's a generation that's more concerned with the 5 seconds of fame you're going to get on Instagram.
Huh. Well, let's change that and make us our family again. So.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
I'm always about togetherness and family.
Oh, absolutely.
You're also known in the community for something other than your drag, and that's your bling. Is this your creation?
These are my earrings. Thank you very much. Crystal Countess is my high-end line, and then I have a stage line that's called Shady Queen.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right.
Shady Queen.
Well, do you sell them online?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I have Facebook pages for both brands. Crystal Countess and Shady Queen have Facebook page.
Check them out, guys.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take a little break. We're going to check in now with Boyd Kodak, who's going to be talking to Pretty Riikkii, and we'll be back right after this. So don't leave us. Stay with us. Bye.
We're doing all right.
Hi, Boyd Kodak here. This episode I have with me Pretty Riikkii. Pretty Riikkii goes by he and they and is the founder of East King Productions.
Thank you so much for having me.
Welcome. Tell us a little bit about East King Productions and the focus of...
East King Productions, I started about 2 years ago, and actually before that I had another company called Pretty Money Productions, which was run by myself and one of my best friends, Spencer Money. And then we decided to go separate ways, and I started East King Productions just to be able to provide a safer, inclusive space for drag kings and gender performers. Because after Zipper's cell block closed, there was absolutely no space for drag kings at all, really, to perform, and we just kind of like disappeared, and there wasn't really many kings around. There was like Maximum Capacity and Drag King Flair, and those guys that would do performances in like burlesque shows and stuff, but we never really had anything that was our own.
Your own show?
Yes.
So you created your own show, and now you have multiple?
Yeah, so my main monthly show is called Kings and Classics. We're going to be 3 years old in January. I also host and produce a trans and queer all ages open mic night out of Glad Day Bookshop. We have kids that come anywhere from like 7 up until late. Yeah, so we have it all the way from like youth to seniors that come to this open mic night, and everybody is just like there together and talking about their life or like their spoken word and their poetry. Some people sing, some people do comedy. Like, it's just the most amazing environment.
Embrace?
I do Embrace and Kings and Classics.
Okay.
I also collab with other producers here and there with other shows, but House of Kings is run by Zachy Lime and Alexander Brandy. Zachy Lime's in the audience right now. They also help produce King shows and provide space as well. So now the Kings are kind of taking over the scene again, and you can almost find a King and gender performer in like most shows and most venues now, because like it was mentioned earlier in the show, the newer generation is coming up, and just fucking shit up with like non-binary. There's no such thing as like rules and limitations. You can come, you can be your weird self, you can do what you want and just perform and be you and who you want to be.
Where can we find you online so we can follow your show?
We have social media on Facebook. You can find us at East King Productions. Instagram is also East King Productions. You can find House of Kings at House of Kings on Facebook and Instagram as well. You can follow my personal page at Pretty Riikkii. There we have all details and updates on shows. Buddies in Bad Times Theater. They have been our home for the last 3 years, so thanks to them again, providing amazing queer space all the time.
Why did you pick your name?
My personal name, I've had the nickname Pretty Riikkii since I was in high school. I didn't just give it to myself, believe it or not. I've had a bunch of different drag names. Actually, when I first started was at Zippers about 10 years ago, and my first name was Alex Belong. And then it was something a little inappropriate with also Alex, but I'm not going to say it out loud because it's embarrassing. And then I also went by the name Romeo and Juliet when I came out of retirement because I retired from drag for about 5 years. And then I decided, you know what, like I vibe with Pretty Riikkii, so that's just going to be how I'm known. Like most people call me Pretty Riikkii either way. So, and
Nice.
East King Productions, I created East King because I'm from Scarborough and I'm a king.
So there you
So
go.
I'm from the east side of Toronto, you know? So that's how I got East King Productions.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Future plans that you should...
I mean, as of right now, I think that the community is doing pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I think it's pretty amazing. I mean, you've really brought...
Yeah, so there's not really future plans for East King. I'm just going to continue doing Kings of Classics. I'm going to continue doing Embrace. Mostly, I'm just kind of here if younger folks need some help and want a little stepping stone into community, into the performance world. I'm just kind of here to give them their wings, I guess.
If you want to get into performing, contact Pretty Riikkii, and he'll see if he can find a spot for you.
For sure.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
We are back again. Thank you. We're going to switch gears a bit now and talk about you and your life.
Wonderful.
Let's start with growing up. Tell us about family.
Southwestern Ontario.
Where?
Burford, the Lake Erie Plains, Tobacco Farm.
Tobacco Farm?
Tobacco Farm, yes. I was born and raised on a tobacco farm.
Family?
4 older sisters that I was born and raised with. A brother and sister that I found later in life when I was 46 years old.
You still close?
Close with all of them. I'm the youngest of the 5 in the birth family, so I had 4 older sisters and a single mother. So I was raised by a family of women, and I think that's where Divinesque. I think that's where Divinesque comes from. I've always viewed women as protectors, as mentors, as teachers, as strong, and when I'm like this, that's how I feel too. So this character inside me protects me.
That's wonderful. You have a partner in life, or is it a husband?
I do. His name is James, and he's a workaholic, and he's working
not
tonight.
here.
He's not here with me, no. But
here.
no. Next question, please.
You don't live in Toronto these days. You moved somewhere. Where did you move? Why did you move?
Moved to Kitchener-Waterloo because Kitchener-Waterloo, yes, because it's a big city and it's the home of bratwurst and beer and great big sausages, right, Darren?
I can. Over the years, have you been involved in any other scenes or causes in the LGBT community other than drag?
Many. I think for every $5 tip I get on stage, I donate another 10 back to the community, really.
So you are into causes.
But I am into causes, yes.
Now we're going to wrap up with our quick questions. So get ready here.
Oh, are these rapid fire?
Yeah.
Oh, I better
So
sit
answer
back.
first thing that comes to mind. Okay.
First thing.
Your favorite season of the year?
Fall.
Tiara or not tiara?
Big fucking crown.
What color do you most like to work with when you are making jewelry?
Fuchsia.
What color theme is your bedroom?
Earth tones.
Nice. A walk by the beach or TV binge watching?
The beach with Darren.
Nice. Favorite drag theme movie?
Favorite what?
Drag theme movie.
Oh, Priscilla.
Yeah. And you're throwing a dinner party for all of us, everyone here. What would you make us?
Lasagna and salad.
And lastly, last words to our community and to our viewers at home, whatever you want to say to us.
Well, it's a sensitive time right now. The Republicans are in power in the United States, and we have a guy that wears a tribble on his head as the president. And I think it's important to remember in Canada, remember the party that made us not be criminals, who legalized our sexual orientation. Remember the party that granted us marriage rights. Remember the party that gave us same-sex benefits. Remember the party that protects us. And remember that finances take care of themselves. It isn't always about the money. It's about how safely we can walk down the street.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Hi.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. All right. Well, join us for future filming. We have such a blast here. You
Clearly.
Just need to write us via Facebook, facebook.com. Join us on the couch. And tickets are free. We serve pizza. Hope to see you in the audience. Last year, we reminded you again and again that it's all about love. This year, let's remind ourselves that even when things don't seem perfect in our world, we got one another as community and people in general. And our world has so much beauty, so let's never forget that. Stay beautiful, my friends. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And here's a wrap to premiere of season 6. Thank you. Yay!